Hey ladies and gents, welcome back to the channel. My name is KPZ, you're here on the home of the Slightly Above Average Ship Review. We're back in the Mutsu, because after the rousing success of my last Mutsu video, I went back to the well, and I built the Mutsu as a ranged combat ship. So we're on tiers in a domination match. We're down tier and we're in the Mutsu. Can the Mutsu hang down tier with our range build and a fully maxed Takeo Takagi? That's the question we're going to answer in the game today. You can see, because I am dumb and did not anticipate I was going to be down tier, we have Will to Rebuild as our skill, and to my knowledge and remembrance, it plays no part in the battle today. All right, Francesco Caracciolo, shots out. Really quickly, let me go into WoW's builds. Not that I'm going to do a whole other review of this ship in this video. That's for my last video. But I am going to give you, as we didn't really get a whole lot of hits to talk about there, I am going to give you the Sigma of the Mutsu, if the internet would cooperate. I guess I shouldn't have Hero Wars running in the background. All right, full salvo on the Bayern since the last one didn't work. As you can see, kind of left a lot to be desired. The dispersion there was all over the place. You know, maybe this is the ship that needs Azerlane Charnhorst in there. All right, the internet is not cooperating, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get you that Sigma. It's probably 1.8. That's my guess, educated guess. We'll go back here, shooting again at the California. And the Sigma is 1.8, in case anyone was wondering. And not a whole lot of hits there either. So at this point, I think I fired 3 or 4 salvos and I've got 6 hits. That's not even... I have 8 guns on deck. You know, that's not a very good percentage. All right. Pour one out for the dealer departed. We're doing the T-Bull shuffle. So is the Bayern, actually, believe it or not. And so we'll see how this works for us. And him. Well, it worked out a lot better for him than it did for me. Because we totally missed. And now we're skirting the border, trying to get back to full power here as we go back onto the map. All right, as I alluded to in my Nagato video, I do have Azerlane Charnhorst in my fold as a new commander, level 14, legendary level 2. At some point, presumably, I'm going to get that commander ranked up to 16, maybe 16-3, and then start using that on my Japanese battleships. Although I do have Azerlane New Jersey right now, who I like on the upper tier ships, because some of those have a really crazy range. On these lower tier ships, you know, the only thing I'm thinking is maybe I will start using the base commander, or maybe there's another commander I can get somehow, like Godzilla or something, that would give me the ability to do another ranged build. And, you know, I don't even know enough to look when I say those kind of outlandish statements. But maybe there's another Japanese commander out there that I could use to do kind of an alternate range build and not have to mess up a build I already have going with Takagi or the concealment guy, whose name I can't remember. All right, let's look at Arthas the Cold. He's a brawler commander, so I can't do one with Arthas the Cold. Atago, Azuma, presumably those are cruisers. So we got Godzilla here. You know, maybe Godzilla could be the upper tier ships. Fuso, AP causing a fire, so that's a possibility. Doesn't really have any unique skills here that look very great. Only just the base trait, so I wouldn't advise Fuso. Godzilla, you get a spotter duration. I mean, that's clearly a net benefit to a range build. So maybe Godzilla for the higher tier Japanese battleships and keep Takagi at the lower tiers. and then build Takagi with an accuracy commander, and then build Godzilla maybe with AL New Jersey and Angelo Iachino, who I have as Takagi right now. So Godzilla's a possibility. Look at that. Great torpedo strike by one of my teammates. Very rare, I can say that. And we haven't really done a whole lot in this match. And I know you're like, KPZ, how is this the review video? We're like 6 minutes in, and you haven't done anything really. Just 27,000 damage. This thing's shooting like a shotgun. You know, there's almost no damage here. Well, that's true. But maybe business will pick up a little bit in the remainder of this video. All right. Who is that out there? Looks like it says Elwood Blues. It's a Francesco Caracciolo. Those names look so similar. I got them confused. Just on my reviewing screen in my editing software, the actual screen is so small. It's like an 8x10 note card, so it's very hard to see the names of the ships. All right, shots out on Caracciolo. That one actually looks pretty good. All right, so at 10K, RNG smiled on us. We got 2 hits and 2 overpens. The Caracciolo dodges torpedoes. I'm hoping he will straighten back out so we can put another salvo on the board. Destroyer just popped up. 2 destroyers, pardon me. I focused my secondaries on the Gaida or Gaidi, the weak destroyer. We'll actually send a couple of torpedoes over there, believe it or not. The Mutsu does have torpedoes. And I guess I'm going to ignore Caracciolo to pay attention to these destroyers. Caracciolo, by the way, takes out a teammate. Got a California as we turn and dodge out here. More torpedoes coming in. Dodge those 2. Vasterus, we focus our secondaries on him. Now, as you know, the Mutsu does have a lot of secondaries. They just don't fire very often, which is why I don't really do a ton of secondary builds in the Japanese ships, per se. But I do one of my... Now I have Mutsu and Mutsu B, so I made Mutsu B my secondary ship. And I keep this Mutsu now as my range build. So, again, they're just not firing very frequently. I'm just trying to make this a pain for the Vasterus to get torpedoes out at me accurately. Turret traverse at close quarters leaves a little bit to be desired. More shots out, go straight into the water. Good grief, I probably let him way too much there. Secondaries kick in a teeny tiny bit. And right now, I guess I was thinking about turning back. We'd get splashed hard by California. And so we shoot a little bit, I think, at the California. A couple of hits there. Other ships milling around. And, yeah, we still don't have a lot going on. Will to rebuild did kick in. It's not going to matter. We're going to turn. These torpedoes weren't anywhere near us anyway. We're going to torp at the California for right now. Continuing to turn. Continuing to shoot at Vasterus. Get our reload off. There's a really good hit. Kill number 1 Dev Strike. We're up to 62,000 damage. Alright. Other ships are being killed all over the place. On both sides of the team. California still shooting at us. We're shooting back. I don't want to run into an island. We get smashed again by the California. But we set them on fire. And we're turning our turrets. And we're shooting again. More HE. And we're going to turn away. And we set them on fire again. And now the damage starts to rack up here in the Mutsu. And maybe I should have been firing HE the whole time. You know, maybe if I had Azer Lane Fuso, I guess I could probably still get Azer Lane Fuso. Maybe Azer Lane Fuso is the answer to my lower tier Japanese battleships. I just don't know. You know, and I could throw in Lev Gauler, increase HE shell damage. Possibility. Another salvo. This time it's armor piercing. Out on the California. Shells coming in. California's dead. Kill number 2. All right, we got 90,000 damage. We got a Fuso out there. All of a sudden, I'm imbued with the confidence. The confidence of a player who is slightly above average. I am ready to smash a broadside Fuso. Not without aiming properly first. All right, shots out. We got the spotter plane up in the air. Maybe that'll do some good. He's turning in. That's not good. Shell grouping and dispersion. It's all going to miss. All right, maybe not totally. We did hit him with a couple of shells. All right, but the best part is the Fuso's not paying attention to us. He should. He should have evaluated his targets and turned his turrets on us because we have no health left. But he's not doing that because he does not know that I'm making a video. So instead, we're going to put the front turrets on the Fuso and bow tank him for a little bit. And do these shells do anything? Well, we didn't lead him enough, but we do get 100,000 damage. High caliber, down tier, I'll take it. Especially with a ship that has accuracy like a shotgun. Not as bad as Musashi, but not that great, in my opinion. So far, these 10k shots have been my most accurate ones. All right, full salvo out on the Fuso. Probably didn't lead him enough there. Shells coming in all over the place. But more good hits. I'll take it. 110,000 damage. Moving in again. He is preoccupied with the Nelson. We want that. We need that in order to finish this off as a good game. All right, he's shooting at the Nelson. His shells are all over the place. Japanese dispersion on him as well. And we shortened it up a little bit, shortened the lead. Shells coming in. He gets killed, but that's okay. We get a Dreadnought medal for our trouble. All right, here on the victory screen. Dreadnought medal, high caliber medal, devastating strike medal, 110,257 total damage, 48 main battery hits, 2 kills. We got a couple fires thrown in there as well. 302,109 silver, 6324 ship XP, 6533 commander XP in the Mutsu. So, evaluating the Mutsu versus the secondary build Mutsu. By the way, scoreboard 2316 base XP, 3 medals, 2 kills. GG to the Benson leading the way for our team. I think the range build is the way to go in the Mutsu. I didn't want to admit that to myself, but I do. And so if I were you, what you're going to see here in the port is how I would build the ship. Commanders and inspirations notwithstanding. Would I put AL Fuso in the Mutsu instead of Takagi? That's up to you. If you want to spend the money on AL Fuso, that's up to you. I'm just going to hedge and hope that I don't. I'm not going to want to pay for one, but maybe if I got Godzilla in a crate or something by accident, I would not put any resources into him. But that being said, I'm not going to go out of my way to get a new commander and put resources into it for right now. All right, here in the port, let's look at the important stuff, not the survivability thing, although it is different from our last game. But this right here. All right, you can see 18.3 kilometer firing range, 30-second reload, 36-second turn time. The damage stats are pretty much the same. The secondary range is definitely short, down to 4.2. So at that point, again, even though there's a lot of guns, they're not firing frequently enough to do anything. So do not count on your secondaries in this ship with a long-range build to bail you out of anything. Okay? Same with the torpedoes. You really kind of are looking for an opportunity where the enemy ship forgets you have torpedoes and blunders into them. But really with this build, it's all about the main battery and the long range. That's what you're getting here. And that's how I build the Mutsu. All right, anyway, I'm just going to stop talking and end the video here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. I'll see you on the next video.